We thought perhaps there might have been an injury cloud over Stephen Davies after he came off very sore in the semi-final loss to the Netherlands.
That's right. I saw him in the warm-up. He looks all right. He thought he had a hamstring problem, but some treatment from the physiotherapist, Graham Reid and Noel McRobert, and they believe he's okay, and he's in the starting lineup, which could possibly be his last match ever.
And Ifti is not actually the coach of Pakistan. He's what we would in Australia call the team manager. Their coach is Islahuddin. But Ifti, one of the most genial characters around, assumes the role of team manager, just going over there to talk to Mohammed Anis just off screen. So Australia starting with on the bench Lockie Dreyer, the other goalkeeper, Paul Godoyne, Matty Wells, Craig Victory and Adam Commons. There's Terry Walsh, the Australian coach, silver medalist from the Olympics himself. Would love to have had these fellas come up for a gold medal here to add to his CV. In fact, his job, along with the job of the women's coach, is advertised nationally on Tuesday, so nervous times for everybody out here, Richard.
Yes, but I spoke to him on the phone yesterday, and he was very pleased with the effort of the team against the Netherlands. He said it was just like a heavyweight title bout, 85 minutes of tough, unrelenting hockey, with their defence, the Australian defence, being absolutely superb, led by Damon Deletti in goal. And he said it was just a terrible way to lose the opportunity to play for gold medal. But that was history now, and the idea was to pick the team up today and to go on it and win a bronze medal. And this team's defence has been quite outstanding. In 6 matches, they've only let in 6 goals, and if you said to Terry Walsh and the team before the Olympics started, you'll play 6 matches and only let in 6 goals, you certainly would have taken that. Pakistan, on the other hand, have been very hot and cold, and there's Damon Deletti, the goalkeeper for Australia.
He's just walking back. Every member of the Australian team has just walked up and shaken hands with Stephen Davies, China Davies. So they're paying tribute to him as he lines up to take the pushback, I think, in his very last match for Australia. And what an ornament he's been to the game, Stephen Davies. There's Michael York, the captain, who may also retire after this. I think he'll consider World Cup 2002 in Kuala Lumpur. Stephen Davies in the middle of the field for Australia. These two sides didn't meet in the Atlanta Olympic Games. They were in separate pools. The Pakistanis finished 6th. Australia, of course, took the bronze medal in Atlanta. In the World Cup in 1998, Australia finished 4th, Pakistan 5th. In the Champions Trophy this year, Australia finished 5th. Pakistan failed to qualify. They are here after finishing 2nd in the pre-Olympic qualifying tournament at Osaka. Australia, of course, are here as the Oceania champions and the host nation. And it is Stephen China Davies, the boy from Parkes, who gets his last game underway. Brent Livermore, toss over the top. Nervous time for Brent Livermore today after that very disappointing finish for everybody on the semi-final night against the Netherlands. But I hope Livers, certainly I know the team would have been behind him, has been able to put that right out of his mind for tonight.
Well, particularly as he's been probably one of the key performers for this Australian team throughout the Olympics. And it was just one of those dreadful things where somebody had to do the job and he was picked on to do it. And, of course, the penalty stroke was saved by Ronald Jansen from the Netherlands, and they've gone into the gold medal game. And the Kookaburras are here today playing for the bronze medal. But
I just think we can get the Kookaburras laughing this afternoon.
Yes, absolutely. It'd be terrific, particularly after the girls the other night.
So here's Troy Elder working into the circle. Daniel Sproul. Brennan dispossessed by Anis. Stephen Holt does the job on him. Big Stephen Holt, who's had a terrific tournament really at right half for Australia. Livermore back to Michael York again. Shadow of the grandstand just reaching the other side of the pitch. Perfect conditions for hockey here. It's about 22, 23 degrees. A light nor'easterly blowing on the wall. Here's Jimmy Elmer, saved by Alam, and penalty corner raised by the goalkeeper. Instinctive save, reflex save by the Pakistani captain. Peter Von Rett, the umpire, this. Stephen Davies, he got the ball in there.
And you'll see the ball come from Stephen Davies. Jimmy Elmer traps the ball, has a very quick shot at goal. Alam, the goalkeeper for Pakistan, has made the save, but because the ball went in the air, in the circle, it's dangerous play, and that's a penalty corner. Now, that is a very good start from Australia, and it will be even better if they put this ball in the net.
Ahmed Alam, the goalkeeper. Push out. Oh, there's a variation we haven't seen before. Stacey right across to Troy Elder. That is terrific. Troy Elder Born in Bunbury in Western Australia, brought up in Bundaberg in Queensland. He hasn't had a terrific tournament by his own standards, but Troy Woody Elder puts Australia a goal up in the bronze medal match in the 3rd minute of the game. Great start.
Yeah, great start. There's Troy Elder on your screen. Now you watch this ball, it's pushed out past the dotted line, which means it then doesn't have to be stopped. So then it becomes field play. Now you'll see the dummy, a trap, and now he can hit it anywhere into the goal at any height. So that's a great knowledge of the rules of the game of hockey. And as we watch it from the other angle, there it is outside the circle. And watch the dummy at the top. All the Pakistan players were drawn it. The goalkeeper was left stranded. And Elder scored his first goal in the Olympic Games.
Yep, and for Troy Elder, that's his 14th goal for Australia and his 43rd game, the 22-year-old. So that'll really give the Australians some heart. And Troy Elder, who hasn't scored a goal in this tournament to date. Here he is again. Troy Elder has Brennan on his left. Shaft cut goes with him, just taps the ball out over the side. Now umpire Eduardo Ruiz has called timeout. He's looking for a player. Somebody must have said something to him, and in fact he's having a word just off camera. There he is in the pink shirt, just having a word there to Jay Stacey about a tackle earlier in play, which obviously didn't affect the progress of the ball upfield. So he's just had a word to Jay Stacey. There is no green card, no warning. And Australia back in possession again. Daniel Sproul is back to the skipper, Michael York. Jason Duff come back from a fairly serious knee injury to take his place in this team. Stephen Holt on the overlap on the right wing. The big fella can't get to it. Hurdles the fence.
Yes. At 6'5" tall, that was a great hurdle, but it was also a beautiful pass from Stacey.
It's Jay Stacey again. Brent Livermore, a good run off the ball. Michael Brennan. The mouse gets it across to Jimmy Elmer, who just put his backside into Wasim, Pakistan's left half, but he gets the free hit.
Of course, these two teams played each other in the 3-test series in Perth, and we'll just hesitate while Holt goes forward.
Here's Brennan in the circle. They look for the deflection. Well, Jimmy Elmer was working on the post, and Wasim just got in there ahead of him.
Yes, he beat the goalkeeper, but I think it was Wasim who trapped it. We just watch on the replay. There's the shot from Brennan. Yep. Yes, it was Wasim behind the keeper.
In the meantime, Australia's got a penalty corner. Raised ball in the circle. Going back to that 3-test series in Perth, it was drawn 1-1 with one draw, but Australia won it on superior goals scored. Other major meetings between these two teams, really the Champions Trophy in Brisbane was the last time they met before that, and Australia won that one 2-1. That was in 1999.
Yeah, the record against Pakistan in recent years has been very good. They didn't play them in Atlanta because they were in the other pool. Now let's watch this penalty corner variation again.
See if they do something different again. Yep, going the same way. This time, Livermore runs it back to Brennan. Now Stacey, dangerous at the top of the circle. Walks past Irfan.
Oh, he's missed it. They've missed it. It was a beautifully worked penalty corner variation again.
Now here's Nadeem. Speedy right winger for Pakistan. Outside on his left is Anis. They don't seem to like going to Anis inside the 25, do they, for some reason?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure why, because he's very, very fast and he can certainly get around defences.
It's the subcontinent game. Attack from the right wherever you can.
Oh, I would have loved to see Stephen Davies score that goal in his last match for Australia. That just would have been a perfect, not only for him, but for the team.
Eduardo Ruiz, the umpire, just sets it up where he wants it. And there's a goal touched on the edge of the circle. Well, there's a quick reply from Pakistan. It was a terrific drag push from Irfan. I didn't see who got the stick on it. We'll pick it up in the replay.
Well, it looks like Atif. He's getting the high fives, and that's a very, very good goal from Pakistan. We watch it on the top of the circle. There's the push, and there's the deflection. Deletti was going the wrong way, and it's 1-1 after 6 minutes of play.
Well, it happens in a hurry, doesn't it, when it happens?
Yes, that's just what Australia didn't want. Of course, they started off very well. They've handled the ball extremely well. Pakistan have gone down once, and Atif has got a goal from what was 14 yards out. So it deflected a long time. Deletti had a good chance to have a look at it, but it was very well deflected into the other corner.
So Irfan again and Atif, the two who combined to score the goal just a minute ago. Atif, Brennan. Good tackle, Michael Brennan. Didn't get the stick at all, just the ball. Now here's Davies. Well, we expected this could be an open, free-flowing game, and it's certainly looking like that. The Kookaburras and Pakistan playing for the bronze medal. Davies unable to control it.
It was a tough ask. It was a very hard hit from Stephen to Stephen Davies from Jay Stacey, but it was also in the air.
Here's Wasim. Elmer almost got him, but got the stick as well as the ball and is penalised. Tariq in the white stockings. Gets it back out to Wasim. Stared down by Jimmy Elmer. Tariq once again in support. Now Anis. Just held up by Holt. Good tackle, Stephen Holt. Elmer with the job to do. Wins the free hit against Sawa. So Australia the free hit just outside the attacking 25. Stephen Holt over the ball. Jason Duff eventually takes it. Holt looking for options up forward.
Oh, great goal!
A fantastic deflection. Troy Elder gets his second. How good was the pass from Stephen Holt?
Stephen Holt, Jay Stacey pass absolutely flat along the track, and Troy Elder on your screen has scored his second goal inside 8 minutes. Well, this is great entertainment for the crowd. You watch Stacey's pass here, flat as attack, deflected by the goalkeeper, over the top of the goalkeeper by Troy Elder. There's Stacey again from the other angle. The ball just penetrates the circle, and Troy Elder, he hasn't scored a goal in Olympic Games. He's got 2 in 8 minutes.
But for all the world, Stephen Holt looked like he was going to go down the line, went inside the Stacey, and Stacey's hit was spot on, wasn't it?
Absolutely perfect. Bit of loose defence there by the Pakistanis, of course, and because they don't play man-to-man, they play zone defence at the back. And if you can penetrate them quickly, I think they're in trouble at the back. But this is a great start by the Australians.
Here's Irfan. Kashif. Irfan again. Atif that time wins the free hit, just up off an Australian stick. Bashir Atif. Danger again for Australia. Oh, what a mix-up that was. Well, I tell you what, they were lucky to get out of that, Richard.
They certainly were. In fact, I was just talking about how good the defence has been at this Olympics, and suddenly there's holes in it like a sieve.
Galletti and Holt took each other out, and Anis almost made them pay for it. End-to-end hockey as Brennan takes it into the 25. Here's Elder, 2 goals in the first 8 minutes. Needed a good trap from Wasim and got it. He rolls it out to Anis, who really almost scored the luckiest goal you've seen at the Olympic Games. And Galletti and Holt took out each other.
Yes, it was an absolute mix-up, and how the ball didn't roll. Normally when you knock the ball back, just because of the camber on the surface in the circle, the balls actually roll into the goal. For some reason that one didn't do that, and that was very lucky for the Australians.
There's Elder again. Thought about the toss over the top. Now works it out wide to Brennan. Jinks it over the stick of Suhail Abbas. Elder again, shaped for the reverse stick slap. Now just takes it back, faces Tariq, and eventually Shafkat gets it out over the sideline off the stick of Brent Livermore. Australia leading 2-1.
Yes, and it's interesting that Shafkat has come in to play centre half for Pakistan instead of Imran, and in their forward line Kashif has come in at centre forward instead of Kamran Ashraf. So it's an interesting selection by the Pakistan hierarchy.
Imran went off very early in the semi-final against Korea, which Pakistan lost by the single goal, and I think there may have been an injury there. We didn't see him out in the warm-up for Pakistan today, so either he's very teed off or he really is hurt.
Yeah, well, I think by the look of him, he had that tracksuit on. As you say, he wasn't in the warm-up, so you just assume he was injured.
Livermore could have been Stacey or Elmer. In the end, it went between the two of them. Wasim, their centre half, has been fantastic in this tournament, just 23 years of age.
Yes, I think he's been up there with almost, up there near the player of the tournament. There's some great young players around, including Livermore and Wasim.
I reckon the player of the tournament may well be decided after the gold medal game, because I think almost another deflection from Kashif. I think the player of the tournament, whoever selects it, will be looking very long and hard at the central striker for Korea, Seong Tae-song.
Or even the left half.
Jung-Woo Lim, except he may not play. We think he broke his kneecap in that semi-final against Pakistan. We'll wait and see tonight. In the meantime, Australia on the attack again. Brennan taken out by Suhail Abbas accidentally. Gets the free hit. There is no warning. Michael Brennan played his 100th game for Australia in the semi-final against the Netherlands. It's Elmer again. Has to get past Wasim, and that is not easy. This guy has been fantastic for the boys in green. And
he's all class, isn't he? When he gets the ball, his ball handling skills are quite superb. But Livermore there dispossesses that, the centre half for Pakistan.
Craig Victory is on for Australia, the 20-year-old. Made his international debut just before the Champions Trophy in Brisbane last year. Scored 2 goals in this tournament already, Craig Victory. Here's Irfan. Shiratif. Irfan again. As Nadim ahead of him, goes a long way ahead. He was looking for Sawa, but the lead was nowhere near quick enough or the pass direct enough.
Of course, the other factor in this game is Sohail Abbas, number 13 for Pakistan. He is absolutely lethal on penalty corners. He already has seven penalty corners in this match, in this tournament, and that's something Australia will know about and won't want to concede penalty corners.
In fact, he is, if you go to a baseball analogy, he's hitting about 6 from 24, I think, personally. Pakistan are 10 from 37 on penalty corners, and his 7th goal came from a penalty stroke. But yes, if the Australians can deny Pakistan the opportunity to gain penalty corners, they're well in with a chance of taking the bronze medal in this game.
Yes, they did that very successfully, of course, against the Netherlands the other night, and they'll be looking to do it again here.
Irfan. Just a little bit too much on that for Kashif. Big fella Kashif, Javed Kashif, 19 years of age, quite a talent. Teeth outside to Mohammed Nadim. Beat Sproul for pace that time, and that's not easy to do.
That's a great trap by Michael York, because the ball was actually bouncing. He's picked it up on the half volley and played it over the goal line.
Mohammed Nadim again. Trap on the reverse that time by Livermore, only as far as Irfan inside the Latif off foot. Free hit to Australia in defence, which Michael York will take.
What a great player Michael York's been for Australia. Came into the Australian team in the '88 Olympics. This is his 4th Olympics. He's born in Tamworth. He's been the captain of the Kookaburras since the '96 Olympics. He's been an absolute ornament to the game. I'm not sure whether he's going to retire or continue to play, but at 32, you'd have to think this is definitely his last Olympics. It's only a question of whether he goes to the World Cup, I think.
And in fact, speaking of great fullbacks, we were talking to his old batting partner this morning.
We were.
Ken Walk, former Australian fullback. Fans of hockey will remember Walkie well. In fact, still playing at the top grade in the National League. Works for the Sydney Water Authority, the Harbour Authority, and has spent the entire Olympic Games helping to keep the harbour clean from a rather large rubbish collecting boat.
Yes, and doing a great job of keeping the harbour clean. It was great to catch up with him this morning, and he would love to see the Kookaburras win a bronze medal here today, of course.
There's Stephen Holt helping them do just that, and trying. Alam out quickly. Livermore, can he get to it? Yes, he can, ahead of Artif. Beat him for pace, all ends up. Adam Commons from Wagga Wagga on the field for Australia, first time this game. Livermore looks at Adam Commons again. Tariq in front of him. Stick on from Sohail. Sproul tidies up for Australia. It's it back to Jason Duff.
Isn't it interesting that we've got a player here from Tamworth, Wagga, Parkes and Grafton? Quite amazing, isn't it? New South Wales country is very well represented in this Kookaburras team.
Indeed. There's Irfan. Comes it back to Sohail Abbas, the danger penalty corner taker for Pakistan. Spent a couple of seasons in Holland grooming his craft. Here's Atif. Sproul over his stick. Free hit blown very softly by Eduardo Ruiz so that only the players could hear it. Here's Sawa. That's a foot from Jason Duff. Free hit to Pakistan just outside the 25. Left for Shafkat to take. Here's Wasim. Elmer in his face. Backs away from him. Shafkat again. Oh, good ball outside to Nadim. Time to get inside and shoot. Commons goes with him. He takes it baseline and it rolls straight past Sawa.
Yeah, Billy Commons will need to watch that overlap around the outside. Yeah, sorry, Dave. I was just going to say that's a real dangerous situation with the Pakistan forwards can get around the outside of the Australian defence.
Now, Australia making a substitution. At the moment, Godoin has come on for Victory. You'll find that Godoin slots probably across to right half. And Stephen Holt will come off and Victory will go back on. Just at the moment, Stacey covering right half while the players effect the positional change. So at the moment, we've got 4 midfield defenders on the pitch.
And that's because the players have to interchange on the centre line
on
closest
this side.
On this side.
And Stephen Holt at the moment is stuck right across the other side of the pitch. Here's Nadeem again. Shuff cut. There's Stephen Holt. That's the man they want to get off at the moment, because Godoyne is on. They want to get Victory back on into the forward line. So Holt's come this way. Now he's picked the ball up as a midfield link man. Gives it to Davies, runs off the field. Victory comes on. Davies left with the ball, finds Elmer. Livermore overlaps on the right. Now Sproul has gone to right half. Godoyne is playing on the left. I'd actually like to see them try that the other way around, but I'm not coaching. Here's Commons, chance to get the shot away. Hurried it too much.
Yes, he saw the opportunity. Adam Commons is not one who's going to hesitate if he gets an opportunity to have a shot at goal.
You won't die wondering.
And why not? No, you're not going to die wondering. And that's part of his role, of course, as an Australian forward, is to get that quick shot at goal. But he skewed that shot. As we see Pakistan come out of defence.
Loose ball eventually falls to Irfan at right half. Elder scored the 2 goals for Australia. Back in defence at the moment. We'll finish up forward. He's just come on for Stephen Davies, who's having a break, and Michael Brennan will come on in place of Jay Stacey. There's Jason Duff, the Australian fullback.
Certainly making some substitutions, the Australians. There's people coming and going. We're having trouble keeping up with who's on and who's off. This is an opportunity for Australia.
Jimmy Elmer, still Elmer, works his way inside the circle. Got the deflection, that's a corner. Tariq just got the stick in.
Terrible mistake by the Pakistan defender, and great play by Jimmy Elmer. Just couldn't finish it off. If you watch here, there's an error by Tariq. Elmer just has a shot, and you'll just see Sahal gets it. Quite a lucky deflection.
In fact, if that was Sahal, that was the back of his stick. I thought it was Tariq's stick. However, Sproul tried to get Passour in there and just barged through him, and the Pakistanis get the free hit. Yes, again, I know it's easy to pick from up here, but I just, from an Australian point of view, like to see Paul Godoyne play on the right-hand side and leave Daniel Sproul on the left. Well,
they've tried almost in every game they've brought on Sproul at right to try to just give them a little bit more run. Stephen Holt does a lot of running into attack, and Sproul plays the same role. And Terry Walsh just seems to favour that, and he's comfortable with it. So we have to go with that at the moment.
As I say, it's easy up here, isn't it? I've never made a mistake in my life up here. Sail. The easiest coaching job in the world. Here's Nadeem. Takes on Godoyne. Good tackle, Paul Godoyne. Craig Victory now. Commons inside him, as is Livermore. He gets it out cleverly to Brennan. A bit of trouble trapping it there. Brennan has Commons ahead of him. Works inside. Tries the reverse stick. That's a fabulous pass to Victory. Goes inside, makes some room for himself. Oh, great shot, Craig Victory. Had the goalkeeper stretched. And if that didn't shave the post, it went almighty close.
The only thing that would have been better than this is if it had gone in the net, but it's missed by a fraction of an inch.
Did that well, didn't he? Really did. And the pass from Michael Brennan was fantastic on the reverse stick. 40-metre pass. Here's Nadeem. That's raised, but safely. Sawa inside, gets the shot away. Letty forced to save, does well. Big kick out, falls to Victory. Now Elder turns Sahale. Brennan comes up square with him. Has Elmer outside, marked by Wasim, so goes inside instead to Brent Livermore at centre half. Well, that was tough. Well done again, Craig Jiggy Victory. He spent a bit of time slipping over in this tournament, but he did it the right way that time, didn't he?
Did it very well. That was a very important get by Craig Victory.
Here's Godoyne. Michael York.
Pakistan have got every player back in the last 33 yards. That makes it harder for the Australia to find space.
Duff. It's off the Pakistani stick. Corner ball for Australia. So everybody's had a run for Australia at the moment, except Matthew Wells, the other fullback, and Lachlan Dreyer, the other goalkeeper. Here's Anis, pursued by Duff. Duff won't catch him there. Livermore comes across to help, and York picks up the ball. Well, the Australians stood there for a moment, wondering who was going to get it. Eventually, Elmer came back and did. Now Sproul. Brennan. Looks inside Wasim. Wasim tails off him. Lets him run square to Livermore. Commons now. Again, Pakistan back in numbers. Commons with some work to do. Nadeem just held up his progress. He eventually got it to Victory.
Yes, it was a bit untidy, that. The Australian forwards seemed to be... Adam Commons looked very tired to me. There could be an interchange, I would think, at any moment here.
Well, Wells has come on now. And he's actually taken the place of Davies momentarily, but he will eventually replace Duff. Here's Matty Wells from Tasmania. Normally a backman running up into the forward line, and nobody went to help him.
Yes, they're making so many interchanges. There's people coming and going, as I mentioned earlier.
Now Davies has come back on immediately, and Jason Duff has gone off. So our fullbacks now are Matthew Wells and Michael York. Here's Brennan outside the Sproul. Very good overlap from Sproul. It's what Richard was just talking about. Stephen Davies almost got it across, but there was nobody behind Alam in any case. So Pakistan come forward again. The speedy Anis on the left wing, shadowed by Michael York, out of the shadows of the stand, poked over the back line by Michael York for a corner ball.
There's a real contest between Anis and York. And York very quick, particularly over the first 5 to 7 metres, and that's what you need against these Pakistan forwards.
Free hit just outside the circle for Pakistan. It's Michael York, 6 foot even, and travels very well for a backman. Raised ball, penalised. Matthew Wells comes forward to take the hit. That's Wasim. Here's Wells.
Impressed a lot of people at this Olympic tournament, Matthew Wells. He's only played a handful of games, in fact he's 22 years of age and has now played 41 internationals, and a lot of those internationals would have been half games and part games, but he's come here and really impressed people with the way that he's been able to fit into this Australian defence and stroke the ball. He's a beautiful hitter of the ball, and his future for Australian hockey is very, very bright.
Here's Atif. Nadim now checks to go back the other way on Godoyne, who beat him. Forced him to lose concentration. Davies plays it back for Livermore. Stacey next to him. Elder running wide on the right wing. Stacey wants him closer than that to release the pass. Livermore back inside again. Still now he's got him closer. Troy Elder. Stacey inside him. Elder forced to do the work to get into the space. Does it very well. Wears a 2-stick tackle and wins the free hit.
Yes, good stick work, Troy Elder.
Danger again for Pakistan. Livermore will look at the drag flick, either for drag push rather, either for a deflection or a Pakistani foot. Did they find the foot? No, they did not. Peter Von Rett, the umpire, right on the spot.
And a good umpire too, Peter Von Rett. Eduardo Ruiz and Von Rett umpired very well the other day.
And in fact, you'd reckon the only reason that Peter Von Rett, on the controlling the left-hand end of the screen as you look at it, the field as you look at it on the screen, is because the Netherlands are in the grand final. Oh, there's a swing shot on the reverse from Sawa, well over the top. But he's just talking about this Damon Deletti, talking about Peter Von Rett. He would be umpiring the gold medal game were it not for the fact that the Netherlands are in it.
That's exactly right. And of course, that game will be umpired by Santi Deo in probably his last Olympics.
And Christian Siebrink, young umpire from Germany. Great honour for him. His first Olympic gold medal game. Davies finds the foot, but it was a raised ball off his reverse. Stephen China Davies, game number 271 for Stephen, and his last. Here's Anis trying to get past Sproul. Does. Sproul appealed for the free hit. Anis wasn't listening, neither was the umpire. Good tackle, Michael York. Scrambling defence.
And just talk about Stephen Davies. I mean, you play 270 internationals when you score 138 goals for your country. That's a hell of an effort by any measure.
Shove cut now for Pakistan. There's Irfan out to the right. Nadim goes inside. There's Atif close to him. Can't get through the wall, but wins the free hit. There's Ifti, the Pakistani team manager, with Isla, the man with the receding hairline on the end. The man between them was Brigadier General Musarat, who was the Secretary General of Hockey in Pakistan. Matthew Wells, good defence again. Nadim cracks it across. Raised ball. Is it penalised? No, it's not. Stacey got out of the way and came up off an Australian stick, so the Kookaburras perhaps lucky not to concede a penalty corner there.
Yeah, certainly went through the circle in the air, so they were a little lucky there. This is a testing time for the Australian defence.
Wasim again, just inside the sideline, cracks it back to Tariq. Fallen at the feet of Atif, but literally at his foot. Rolled off his boot, and he concedes the free hit. Now Livermore, just over 8 minutes remaining till half-time. Australia leading by the 2-1. Both goals scored by Troy Elder. The deflection from Livermore was most unkind to Craig Victory.
Yes, I think the ball was supposed to go to Craig Victory directly, and Livermore got caught between deciding whether he was going to trap the ball or deflect it. He wasn't sure whether it was his ball. But in the meantime, it'll be a Pakistan push-in from, or free hit from just on the centre line.
Wasim once again. Sawa now, and Shafkat. Still Shafkat pursued by Brent Livermore, who concedes the free hit. Good pick up by Daniel Sproul. Pakistan really haven't had a lot out of their centre forward, Javad Kashif. And it's no surprise that warming up on the sideline is Kamran Ashraf, ready to come on for Pakistan.
Yeah, he's more tigerish as a centre forward, and he will keep the Australian defenders. But that's a very poor pass out of defence. There's an opportunity for Stephen Davies.
Davies works inside Sohail, just got a stick on it. Alam came out, and Brent Livermore picks up the free hit just outside the 25. A bit lucky, really, because Shafkat was in position, but Livermore was coming forward. So he was judged as a player who had to be allowed to take the ball safely. Now they work it towards the circle again, but again, that man Wasim for Pakistan. Sawa, Anis again. Pakistan have made the substitution. The green shirt next to him is Kamran Ashraf, but it's Anis. Deletti, well picked. Very, very well picked, Damon Deletti. Picked the moment to go down just perfectly. He saw Anis move the hand over the stick, just rolled the stick, and Deletti picked him before he could tap it across. Very well done. Now Elder, can he make it a hat-trick? Leaves it this time for Victory, finds a foot, it's up in the air, has to be a penalty corner. Well played once again by Troy Woody Elder.
Yeah, this is his best game of the Olympics, Troy Elder. He's really on fire today. He's already scored 2 goals. That was a lovely drag. He just went round the Pakistan defender like he wasn't there. He just went. Oh, here's the breakaway by the Pakistan left wing. Anis. Deletti was there, had it very well covered. But Anis is very fast. Australia going to need to watch him on the left wing. This would be a very good time for Australia to convert a penalty corner and go in at half-time 3-1 up. Would be just a wonderful result of a very good first half.
So the push out at the back from Michael Brennan. Brent Livermore, the stick stop just outside the circle before he can roll it back in. Troy Elder goes the flick. Picked up by the goalkeeper and tapped in. Stephen China Davies makes it 3-1.
What a wonderful goal by Stephen Davies. That is absolutely the best thing that could happen to Australia, and the crowd love it. They know that Stephen Davies, in his last international for Australia, has scored a goal in the medal main. Stephen Davies, the Maradona of hockey, as we used to call him when he had his long hair. He's always been a great fan of mine, and coached him very early on. And but that's his trademark goal. And well done, Stephen Davies.
Troy Elder's flick just rebounds off Alam, the goalkeeper, and Davies was there. Doesn't miss them. Just dribbled it in, really. So in the 30th minute of the first half, Australia 2 goals to the good, 3-1 up against Pakistan in the battle for the bronze medal. We wondered how Terry Walsh would go getting the boys up. Of course, Frank Murray had to do it in Atlanta in exactly the same situation, and it doesn't appear to have been a problem.
Yes, well, I think that the important part of it, and I'll just pause for a moment here because this is a great tackle by York. I think the important part of it was that the Australians were very, very happy with their performance against the Netherlands. And I think that makes a very big difference. If you're absolutely giving it your best shot, and which I think they did. They really did give it their best shot. It was absolutely an arm wrestle between them and the Netherlands. The Netherlands captain after the game, Stefan Vane, said it was just one of the hardest games he's ever played in. And of course, someone has to win and someone has to lose when you go to penalty strokes. And unfortunately, it was the Kookaburras, but it was a great game. And I think the players got a lot of confidence out of that as well.
So here's Jay Stacey. Rolls it outside for Elder. We've seen quite a few instances over the last 2 weeks where passes from Stacey to whoever is on the right wing have simply eluded that player, and very often it's just that Jay Stacey thinks a long way ahead of other people in this game.
Yes, he thinks about where the ball should go, and quite often his teammates aren't on the same wavelength as to where they want the ball. So it looks like it's total confusion, but just been a little misunderstanding most of the time.
Jay's fieldcraft was actually recognised last year by the International Hockey Federation when he was elected or awarded the honour of the Worldwide Player of the Year.
Yes, and well deserved. And of course, he's played well over 300 internationals now. In fact, this is his 316th international. It's hard to believe that a player could play so many internationals for Australia. Not the great tackle by Daniel Sproul.
Just had the right elbow into the back of Nadeem. He gets the free hit. Zirfan behind him. Takes it himself. Good trap again, Michael York. Saw Stephen Davies open on the 16 and sent it out early. Now Stacey. See if he can coordinate with Troy Elder on the right. Has Holt in support and eventually uses him. The long legs of Stephen Holt carry him forward. The ball goes further forward. Elder now.
Good ball.
Paul Godoyne playing in the centre. Oh, great ball through to Michael Brennan. Raised it into the body of Sahale, who gets the free
pass,
hit.
Wasn't it? Lovely pass, yeah. Beautiful pass from Elder to Godoyne, and Godoyne found the fast-running Elder on the left.
I have a great deal of confidence in Paul Godoyne in the centre-half position. I really do. Nothing against Brent Livermore, but the team loses nothing when Gooders goes into that position.
Yeah, they're very lucky that they've got four very, very good halfbacks. And in fact, all of these halfbacks, Livermore, Godoyne, Sproul and Holt, should be around for 2004, and that will form the nucleus of what should be a very, very good defence.
Sawa. Nadeem. Poked out by Sproul again. The elbow went up from Sproul and was pinged by the umpire, Eduardo Ruiz from Argentina. There's Terry Walsh. Should be well satisfied with this first half so far. That could have changed it, but Elmer closed down Wasim very quickly, and that's a clever outlet ball. Always better to go to the right first up if you can. Much easier to set up an attack from the right-hand side.
Yeah, Jimmy Elmer's tackling in defence has been very good today. It's another very important outlet play.
There's Elder working it towards the circle, just looking for options up forward. Neither of the Pakistani defenders wanting to go to him. So Elmer all the way back now to Matthew Wells. Sproul, has Godoyne in the middle, goes back to Wells again.
There's no hurry.
No, we're inside the last 30-odd seconds of the game, of the first half, I should say. I beg your pardon. Another exciting half to come after this. Nadeem, Sproul. Has he obstructed? No, he hasn't. Play on. So perhaps the chance for one more attack by the Australians. It's just off a foot, and eventually it's given to Australia at the side. So Australia took the lead 3 minutes into this half. Troy Elder, penalty corner variation, made it 1-0. Pakistan replied 3 minutes later with a field goal from Atif. 2 minutes after that, Troy Elder scored his second with a field goal to make it 2-1. And just 5 minutes before half-time, Stephen Davies scored his first goal of the tournament to put Australia up at half-time against Pakistan in the bronze medal game by 3-1.
Thank you, Dave Christensen. Yes, an excellent start by Australia. We haven't played Pakistan at Olympic level since 1988, and we lead Australia leading 3-1.
So Pakistan in attack consistently for the last minute or so. York mishandled it. Penalty corner again. So Pakistan have had two in the space of a minute in this second half, and real danger for Australia here. Sahale Abbas, one of the leading scorers in the tournament. He has 6 goals from penalty corners and 1 from a penalty stroke.
Well, Australia have had the ball about 4 times in the last 5 minutes and thrown it away. It's been very untidy defence.
Wasim to trap on the edge of the circle, rolls it back in. Sahale Abbas, bang! Absolutely no hope on the goal line for Brent Livermore. Sahale's teammates applaud, and Pakistan bring it back to 3-2. This game is well and truly alive.
Yes, that's a great penalty corner. That was the danger we were talking about. There's the ball at the top of the circle, and he just absolutely rocketed it past Livermore on the post. The speed of that would be 120 to 130 kilometres an hour as we watch it from the other angle. It drags it into the circle, and the power of that man is just enormous. And that's dangerous for Australia because they just didn't handle the ball in defence as tightly as they would have liked.
So now the Aussies with some work to do to re-establish their superiority in this game. 3-1 is a comfortable lead, 3-2 is not. Brennan came up off a Pakistan stick play on. Well done, Michael Brennan. Now Jay Stacey. Can he weave some magic here? Look for the deflection. Went past Elmer and went past on the far side Troy Elder as well.
Yeah, beautiful ball by Jay Stacey, but difficult skill. But here's a chance for Australia again with an intercept.
Stacey once again needs to control it. Has Wasim in front of him. Elmer comes out ahead of Tariq. They go back to Stacey again. Australia 3 in the circle. Victory among them. Sproul pushed in the back, surely. Play on called. And there's a foot called, I suspect, against Daniel Sproul. I thought he got a fair shove in the back then.
In fact, he did, David, and I'm very surprised that wasn't a penalty corner.
Pakistan still deep in their defence. Elect to hammer it out. And Michael Brennan gets the reverse stick trap down, or at least the intercept, sees it out over the sideline. And Pakistan will restart play. There's Suhail Abbas.
Well, that goal by Pakistan is an absolute wake-up call to the Australian team. We just started very slowly since half-time.
12 minutes into the second half now. Here's Irfan. Nadeem for Pakistan. The ball to Sawar. Nadeem again. Still Sawar tries to crack it inside. The Australians combine, and eventually York it is. The reverse sticks it out over the sideline. Nadeem on the right wing, drags it back towards the 25, goes square. Wasim, Elmer comes in to hurry him up. Stephen Holt slides out. Well done, Stephen Shaggy Holt. Now Wasim's got it back. Arnice approaching the circle. Stacey forced to do the defending. Checks him. Michael York stick down flat. Very, very good defence, the skipper.
Very important tackle by Michael York because the Australian had York had Holt and Elmer out.
Here they come again. Stephen Holt, the long legs and the long arms. Gets it forward to Troy Elder. Close to the circle, Elder. Works it back. Livermore needed a tight trap. He did. Drags it wide left to Brennan. Looks for the cross into the circle. Only as far as Wasim again. And he gets it out for Pakistan. Now RT. Poke tackle from Daniel Sproul. Jay Stacey. The Australians have well and truly woken up. Have a look at this. Stacey. Elmer works inside. Shafkar.
Great goal
over the goalkeeper.
Wonderful goal by Jimmy Elmer. That is a wonderful goal, and you wouldn't score a goal at a better time. As we said, that was a wake-up call for Australia, that goal by Pakistan, and a great piece of play. Firstly, the tackle by Daniel Sproul that knocked it to Stacey, and then Stacey gave the ball. Here we see Stacey gives the ball to Elmer on his inside. He breaks through the tackle. Watch this, push, drag, breaks through, keeps his balance, lobs the goalkeeper into the net. It's a beautiful time to score a goal.
So for Jimmy Elmer, that's his third goal of this tournament. His 28th goal for Australia in international company. He's playing his 99th international today. There's the replay again.
This is a lovely drag inside. Now see Shafkar, number 14.
Slow, isn't he?
He is slow, yeah, he just didn't get back. Great celebration. Good on you, Jimmy Elmer.
He's happy.
But there's still work to be done. It's 4-2.
And there's been a hold-up at the other end. Michael Brennan's just been given a green card for a hard tackle. So Pakistan back in attack with Irfan. With Australia, they have one hand on the bronze medals now and just need to keep it there, and if they can, get the other hand on it. Craig Victory works inside Suhail. Pakistan being exposed for speed at the back here. Stacey, the old legs carrying him quickly now. Here's Brennan, falls to Stacey. Watch this. Well done. Davies. Elmer, could he make it too? Not this time. Victory, well done. Craig Victory, fantastic stuff. Stacey, baseline. Here's Stephen Davies now. Brent Livermore, get a goal, Brent.
Oh, good play, Australia. Wonderful hockey that moved the ball around the circle. The Pakistan players were defending resolutely. The ball was cleared 3 times. Great play by Craig Victory. That move of his at the top of the circle is absolutely class.
Yep, world-class attack by the boys. And you wouldn't want to take anything away. It was a great save by the goalkeeper. Davies now. Oh, wow. I tell you what, we've seen a couple of those from Stephen China Davies this tournament. He scored with one. He's now missed with two, but he's so quick on that turn, isn't he?
Oh, he is, but he just didn't quite hit this as well as he would have liked. Here's the clearance. There's great play by Victory. Stacey gets it again. Now he gets the ball to Davies here. Davies tries to find a pass in the middle to Livermore. Livermore just didn't quite hit it where he wanted to, and the Pakistan defenders were able to make the save.
Yeah, great goalkeeping by Ahmed Alam, the Pakistan captain. Mistrapped by Kashif, who's back on at centre forward. He hasn't had a good game at all, Javed Kashif. Only 19 years of age, the big number 16 from Pakistan. You wouldn't think it to look at him.
No, it'd be a toss-up who'd be the fittest, him or me, I reckon. He wouldn't be the fittest guy going round.
He takes up a large portion of a bus seat when he sits down, doesn't he?
You said that.
Wasim. Inside finds Atif. He's battled hard for Pakistan. Good tackle again, Matthew Wells. Well, they've all lifted for this game, the Kookaburras. Adam Commons now has come on as a substitute. Craig Victory, inspirational just a moment ago. That ball falls loose off a Pakistan foot, so there's an Australian free hit just outside the attacking 25 as Terry Walsh looks on, notebook in hand. Here come the Australians again. Commons. Livermore just drags it inside. Elmer, what can he conjure from here? Next help from Stacey. It's off the stick of Wasim, harmlessly above the circle and out on the other side for an Australian ball.
This is good play by Australia.
Commons takes it quickly. Ahmed Alam forced to clear it, did so. So Victory again for Australia. Craig Victory, that is. Not game Victory yet. Instruction by the Australians. Third man for Australian rules followers. It's shepherding, basically.
Yeah, Jay Stacey and Stephen Davies got in each other's way and provided a third-man screen, which would have been very appropriate in basketball, but it's illegal in hockey.
Now Pakistan coming forward again. Atif, Anis here. Dangerously close to the circle. Well done, Brent Livermore.
Yes, he's had a wonderful Olympic Games. And it's great to see after that what would have been absolutely devastation for him the other night with the penalty stroke. He's really picked himself up and continued on with his great form.
Great Victory. Baseline again for Australia. Rolls it back out to Stephen Davies. Just looking for options up forward. The Pakistan defence slow to come out. Now they do through Tariq. Very good tackle by Tariq on Adam Commons. Nadeem, possibly the fastest man on the pitch today. Here's Anis, and he might be second.
He would be. They've got a very fast forward line, as they always do, but they certainly do struggle in defence.
Shafkat winning the free hit for Pakistan, just outside the 25, rolls outside the Wirfan. It's a powerful drag push, this man. Doesn't use it on that occasion. Here's Wasim, faced down by Elder.
Great tackle.
Yeah, Wells on Kashif, who appealed for the free hit. Peter Von Reth, the umpire, was having none of it. Davies and Stacey combining on the right. Livermore could have let that go to Commons. Does now. Adam Commons, boy from Wagga Wagga. Craig Victory on the edge of the circle. Up off Tariq, but it was a raised ball in the first instance from Troy Elder. From Victory, I should say. Troy Elder looking on. Pakistan free hit, come out of defence. Loose ball in the back line, but Daniel Sproul will get there in plenty of time. Here's Godoyne.
Yeah, they're moving the ball nicely now. They're really starting to string some passes together, and they're really looking for this fifth goal, which would almost guarantee the bronze medal, I would think.
Zelda. Livermore off good first-time touch. Victory.
Atif was well back in defence.
Long way back, isn't he? Pakistan struggling here to develop a cohesive way of coming out of their back line. The Australian defence and midfield is just playing so well in this second half now. They started slowly, conceded a goal. Great touch. Michael Brennan to Craig Victory. What can the young fella from Adelaide do? Earns a penalty corner.
Well done, Craig Victory. Probably having his best game of the tournament. It's a very good time to have your best game of the tournament. That's a lovely move, but a great deflection by Michael Brennan. And you just see here, now there's the stick check as he goes forward, and umpire Eduardo Ruiz from Argentina had no hesitation in calling for the penalty corner. And that's what the goalkeeper sees.
5 Pakistani defenders behind the line, including Anis, who'll do the running out. That's the brave man's job. Matthew Wells has come up for a hit for Australia. You'd love to see him get his first goal in international hockey, wouldn't you?
The way he hits the ball.
Brennan. They run the deflection, or the dummy, to Elder. Pakistan able to clear it. Can they keep it in is the question. Yes, they can. Out on the right wing. Now the long ball across to Sarwar. Kashif captain the circle. Here's Atif. Works past Deletti. Deletti goes down, concedes the penalty corner, but saves the goal. Good work, Damon Deletti.
Yeah, great play by Pakistan coming out of the fence. The dummy by the Australians at the other end didn't work. And here's the Pakistan team breaking into the circle, and Deletti came. The ball just happens to get underneath his pads, as you can see there. And now that's an obstruction by the goalkeeper. So a penalty penalty corner for Pakistan.
Their third in this second half. They bring up Sohail Abbas, who scored from their second penalty corner. He made it 3-2. Australia leads 4-2 at the moment. They won't want to concede one here. Sohail Abbas over the top.
Well, I thought it took a deflection, but the Pakistan players agreed with me, but umpire Peter Von Rett didn't. And he's the man with the whistle.
He's the man who counts. Matthew Wells. Victory. Making good space off the ball, Craig Victory. He showed far too much at that time to Tariq. Pushed it well ahead of himself to get past Wasim. And now they've coughed it up. Stephen Davies just organising his co-forwards. And Craig Victory almost got in there on that. He's working his backside off, isn't he?
He is. But what is important for Australia here is that they can continue with the momentum they've created, but also be very sound in defence.
And that means that when you run a sequence like that and end up with a desperate dive, you don't worry about the applause for the dive. You get back into your defensive position.
That's right. You do the work, and with the rolling substitutions as we have in hockey over the last few years, it enables you to have work very hard for 15, 16 minutes and then be substituted off.
Livermore found a foot.
Well, why wasn't it a penalty corner?
I have absolutely no idea. It was definitely a foot. Now Pakistan on the counter. We've got 5 on 4 if they get there quickly enough. Javed Kashif, Michael York. Fantastic, the skipper.
He wants that bronze medal.
Well, he's got a silver and a bronze in the cupboard already. Loose ball in the circle, but again, the Australian defence there in numbers. His Victory. Outside him is Davies. Oh, well played by Wasim. Saw it coming, the little jink over the stick, and now he should get a free hit. The ball was raised into him, just under the knee. He's a great midfielder, isn't he, this boy?
Beautiful skills. His ball handling skills close in, as you can see just from that exercise there. Very talented young man.
That time, Brennan got the better of him. It falls to Victory. Michael Brennan again. Have to be quick. He was. Sarwar was closing in from behind. Now Wells. Just under 12 minutes remaining.
Good ball.
Elder. Commons in support. Do they get an obstruction? Yes, they do. Against Sohail Abbas. So Pakistan really being tested in defence. Brennan outside to Davies. Oh, good ball, Commons. Time to get the shot in, and again, Ahmed Alam, the goalkeeper, on the job.
Yes, good play by Australia again. Great ball from Stephen Davies to Adam Commons. Led to that shot at goal. There's Commons, but Alam, the goalkeeper from Pakistan, was right there. But he needed to be, because you could see the Australian forwards were loitering close by.
So Livermore, Brennan. Wasim was on his case. Finds Elmer out wide. Irfan comes to him. Good ball back into Brennan. There's a foot. There's a goal. Oh, Troy Elder gets his third. He's a hat-trick kid in a bronze medal game. Troy Woody Elder gets goal number 3 for the Australians, and they go to a 5-2 lead.
Wonderful umpiring too by Ruiz. He was on his way to blow the penalty corner because it hit a Pakistan player on the foot, but the ball fell to Elder, and he just played the ball. You just watch it here. You'll see it hit a foot. There's the foot off the goalkeeper, and good umpiring to allow Troy Elder to score his hat-trick.
Well, the Kookaburras are laughing. They were smiling before. Now the Cookers are making some noise, and so are their supporters.
That's a lovely play, isn't it? Just got the deflection. The goalkeeper lost sight of it, and there's Ruiz allowing Elder to get that hat-trick. Well done, Troy Elder.
So his third goal, Australia's fifth. And now the Aussies just 10 minutes away from a bronze medal. Consecutive bronze medals for the boys, consecutive goals for the girls. Hockey in Australia is in a very good state.
As we would imagine, they'll go on and win the bronze medal from here. They'll actually go home from the Olympics undefeated. It was only the penalty stroke shootout that robbed them the opportunity of playing for the gold medal. It's almost ironical, isn't it? But the history books will show that they've got a bronze medal and not a gold medal, and that's what they came here to get, the gold medal. And they got involved in that fantastic match the other night, an absolute World Series knockout it was, and it went to penalty strokes, as we all saw, and they were knocked out. But they've come back today, and full credit to them.
Pakistan with a job to do. I think it was beyond them at this stage. 9 minutes remaining, 3 goals the deficit. But let me tell you, folks, in hockey, anything is possible.
Yes, I saw India score 5 goals in 11 minutes once. Certainly don't want to see that today.
There was a game in this tournament where there were 4 goals scored inside 8 minutes, weren't there?
Yes.
Poland and Canada.
Oh, a lovely ball, isn't it?
Matthew Wells, just fantastic. Pass over 60 metres near enough. Good tackle by Tariq. Shafkat lopes forward for Pakistan. Atif in space. He won't give up. Neither will Kashif. Really winds up into that one. But well wide of the goals. And there's Terry Walsh. Don't let it happen again. Graham Reid, the physio next to him. Peter Backley, the team doctor, with the cap on.
Yes, Terry Walsh would be saying to Jimmy Elmer, you didn't need to try and take him on his foreskin.
There's Livermore. Closed down, loose ball out. Daniel Sproul there from Tasmania. Here's Wasim.
Yeah, Daniel was actually born in Melbourne and moved to Tasmania, and it's interesting that there's 2 players here from Hobart in Matthew Wells and Daniel Sproul, and of course Stephen Holt from Darwin in the Northern Territory. So there's a player here from every state and territory in Australia.
Six off the Doyne stick, goes out over the sideline. Pakistan have the ball just between the centre line and the 25. Stephen Holt has come back on for Australia. There's Atif, busy, beaten by Elmer, no foul called. Stacey rolls it off to Livermore. Has Elder out wide to the left. Troy Elder with a hat-trick to his credit in an Olympic medal match. You'll remember this for a long time.
Really pleased for Livermore, aren't you? I mean, he just worn out his stick getting hits today.
Here's Brennan. Stacey, good save again. Alam, go left. He does. Elmer, oh, that's brilliant. Jimmy Elmer. Jay Stacey looks for the deflection. Alam is in there again. Victory wins the penalty corner. Fantastic attack by Australia. Great defence by Pakistan's goalkeeper.
Yeah, they're getting a bit cute now, the Australians. They're playing with that much confidence. They've never had this much space in 10 years of international hockey, I don't think. And this is the problem in the Pakistan team. We've got 3 guys in defence who really don't have the pace to play at this level of hockey all the time. And they've really been found out here. You can see here, this becomes very cute play by Elmer. And Jay Stacey, again, rather than have a shot himself, he was actually looking for Troy Elder. But Stacey probably was better off slamming it under the crossbar.
Penalty corner for Australia. Stacey and Elder in the battery. Mistrapped. Just bobbled before it got to Brent Livermore. Shafkat gets back quickly, picks it up for Pakistan. Now the green shirts get a chance to attack. Atif, Kashif outside him, pursued by Michael York. Javad Kashif, 19 years of age. Michael York, 32. The veteran wins out, concedes the ball. Just outside the circle.
Samir's come on for Pakistan.
Irfan. Into the foot of Elmer. No, into his stick. Well done, Jimmy Elmer. Good stuff. And away come the Aussies again. Michael Brennan has Victory running forward for him. Elder is up there as well on the other side of the pitch. Victory runs towards Wasim, sends the ball back to Brennan. The Australians just loping up.
They are, and that's good play by the Australians.
There's a bit of pace gone out of this game. It's fairly frenetic. Midway through the second half, it's fallen to Brennan. Looks for the reverse stick slap, almost behind the body. He just jammed down on it. He really never had much chance of going anywhere very fast, but he could have tricked the goalkeeper.
I tell you what, it's a good way to do yourself an injustice too, as a goalkeeper. And there's the shot. Now you watch the shot here. He plays the ball back underneath himself. You can do yourself a damage doing that.
Can indeed. And speaking of goalkeepers, Damon Deletti waves to the crowd. He has been spectacular in every game he's played. He's been replaced by Lockie Dreyer. And Dreyer equally as good in the games that he's appeared for Australia.
Yeah, and I think that's Deletti's last game for Australia. I think he's talked about retiring, and I know Lockie Dreyer has been talking about retiring. They both played in 3 Olympics, and they've got a silver medal from Barcelona, a bronze medal from Atlanta, and they're going to get a bronze medal here today.
See, now Nadeem goes for the reverse stick slap, and then puts a rather injudicious tackle on Jay Stacey. It was Samir, in fact.
Yeah, great gesture by Terry Walsh to bring on Lockie Dreyer, who's been a wonderful goalkeeper for Australia. Dreyer and Deletti have just about shared the duties over a period of time.
Brennan working towards the circle, goes for the reverse himself.
Oh, yes!
Hey! It's party time! How good is that for Michael Brennan? And for all the folk back home in Toowoomba, that one's for you.
Yes, that's a wonderful goal, Michael Brennan. And a beautiful time to score it. 6 goals to 2 with 4 minutes 27 seconds of play remaining. And just watch this, breaks away, controls the ball, pulls on his left and gets around Tariq and then lets it go.
Look at the wind-up on that. Don't try that at home, kids. Not until you've practiced it for a long, long time. Into the back of the net. And Michael Brennan, 101 games for Australia, and that's goal number 41, and that's his 3rd of this tournament.
And they'll be having a drink on that in Toowoomba.
The Bulldogs, they're barking. The Kookaburras are laughing.
Well, I must say I'm particularly pleased the way the Australians have come out and performed today. I thought they were magnificent against the Netherlands, and it would have been very easy to come out and be very flat. And the coaching staff, Terry Walsh and Jim Irvine, have done a wonderful job getting this team up to play this quality of hockey in a bronze medal match, and I congratulate them.
And here's Davies. Can they make it 7?
Doesn't matter, who cares? You don't get any more bronze medals for scoring 6 or 7. Hasn't this man been wonderful?
Brent Livermore.
Yeah.
Stephen Holt. Still Livermore. Pakistan have given up the chase, and Tariq has taken one. Nothing has hurt.
Yeah,
just on the follow-through.
Yeah, just got him on the follow-through.
Nothing malicious in it.
We don't want any incident at the moment. It's not necessary. The scoreboard says 6-2. The game's over. Players should just move away, and Jay Stacey, who's always going to put his 2 shillings worth in, Jay, but Tariq just got hit on the follow-through, and he might have actually got hit in a very unfortunate position.
What, just on the 25-yard line?
No, I didn't think so.
Tariq Imran, 23 years of age. Pakistan's doctor is down there. He's treating him. And Brent Livermore goes in to say, sorry, mate, I hope you're okay. Let's see if we can pick up exactly where he got hit. Follows through. Oh, just under the knee.
Yeah,
just under the knee.
His finger, I think. Just under the knee and up the stick.
So Australia have made another substitution while that's happening. And Jason Duff has come back on for Matthew Wells. So the 2 fullbacks who serve with Michael York, the captain, both getting a good run in this game. Pakistan are going to have to replace him. I can't see the umpires letting this go on for too much longer.
No, I think they need to take him off because he's a very good player for Pakistan, Tariq. And there's Stephen Davies having a bit of a chat to Sahar Abbas, probably talking about the weather or something.
So sad way to see the tournament end for Tariq Imran. Up to Yusuf and the so-called medical personnel, who have done a fantastic job here at the tournament. They really have. And Ali Raza comes on to replace him. Pakistan, they're number 2. So the Australian crowd giving Tariq Imran a warm round of applause. certainly hasn't been Pakistan's worst player. The coach, Islahuddin, comes out just to offer him a word of consolation. Nobody likes to see a player go off like that. So Ali Raza comes on and takes his place for the last 3 minutes of the bronze medal game between the Kookaburras and Pakistan. Elmer still trying hard. Ahmed Alam comes out, the Pakistan captain and goalkeeper. Not very often anybody gets to put 6 past him. The Kookaburras have done it here this afternoon. Yeah,
the Kookaburras have been very good, and it really took the wake-up call just after half-time when Abbas scored on the penalty corner. But after that, it's just been all one-way traffic. And I must also say that I've been very, very pleased the way Michael York has played in this game. He's been absolute resolute at defence, all class, and has led this team brilliantly.
Well, you haven't been able to fault the Australian defence through the tournament. 6 games, they only conceded 6 goals. Almost another chance for Stephen Davies. But Nadeem got back there. No, the defence has been fantastic. 6 goals is all they conceded in 6 games. And if you'd come into a tournament expecting that, you would have been relatively happy.
Yes, that's right. I mean, it's been a wonderful performance by the defence. And it's a great day for the Australians to score 6 goals, and it's a good day for the forwards today.
Having said that, the Pakistanis have not been as tight marking as the other opposition at this tournament in this game.
No, their defence has got a couple of players in it, and to be absolutely kind to them, a bit slow to play at this level of hockey. They're a very young team.
They have missed their normal centre-half, Yusuf Imran, who we suspect has been injured because Shafkat's been out there for the whole game today. And Shafkat struggles to tackle back with any speed.
I must say that I, for one, am very happy that Pakistan are back in the top 6 of world hockey. And it's quite interesting that we've got Korea and Pakistan, 2 Asian teams back in the top 6 of hockey.
Now, Jimmy Elmer, forward for Australia. Just on a minute remaining, works for the penalty corner and gets it. So Australia with a chance to make a 7th. Their 3rd penalty corner of the second half. Adam Billy Commons there. Terry Walsh behind him. Damon Deletti. They're happy. Every Australian player has had a run in this Kookaburra side today. Every one of them has contributed to the bronze medal. In fact, it's not just the 16 here. The ones who didn't make the team have contributed as well. There's a squad of about 28 back at the Institute of Sport Hockey Unit in Perth. This one's for them as much as it is for the players on the pitch. Here's the variation again. Davies works back to Elmer. Brennan, loose ball, and eventually Nadeem winds it out. Atif.
Look at Livermore getting back in defence. All that running he's done for the whole game.
Kashif. Great touch by Kashif. It really was speculative deflection. Really gave Lockie Dreyer no chance at all. So they pull one back, the Pakistanis. But as they pull it back, so the final siren goes, and Australia has the bronze medal, consecutive bronze medals in Olympic campaigns in what has been a very, very wide-open game, played in great spirit for the most part. Great touch, wasn't it? Don't blame Lockie Dreyer for that when it's travelling that fast and the deflection comes that late. Terry Walsh stands on the sideline with the rest of his support team and records the Australians. Jay Stacey, his 3rd Olympic medal, 2 bronze and a silver for Brent Livermore, the curly-haired fellow who played centre-half, his 1st Olympic medal.
This is a great performance by Australia. Congratulations on the bronze medal. They'll go away from here somewhat disappointed because they didn't have a chance to play for the gold medal, but the record books will show that they never lost a match at this Olympic Games contest. They were knocked out on a penalty strokes, and this is a great performance today to win the gold medals. 6 goals to 3.
Stephen Holt and Stephen Davies there with Ahmed Alam and Michael York, as they did with Mark Hager at the end of the bronze medal game in Atlanta. The captain, who probably is going to retire after this tournament, is chaired off the field by his teammates, giving a rousing round of applause from the crowd, given an absolute ovation. They're standing as one, this crowd, not just for Michael York, but for the rest of the team. And the Australians will have to wait now to receive their bronze medals until after the gold medal game between the Netherlands and Korea. But they're a happy bunch of Kookaburras. They take the bronze medal here by 6 goals to 3.
It's a great effort by the Australians to come back. They were somewhat deflated after their semi-final match, but 6-3 over Pakistan, with Troy Elder being the scoring hero with 3 goals. We're going to be meeting plenty of heroes at the track tonight. It's a big, big night. Starting off with the 10,000 metres for women. It's a warm night at the Olympic Stadium, somewhere around 27 degrees as we get